It's the holiday season. And do skip do.
What are you doing? Stop.
Okay. Good evening. My name is Rebecca. And it's Christmas time. People are acting crazy out here, and it's time for me to do what I do best. Give my opinion. So, I'm going to be reading some Am I the A-hole content from Reddit. My favorite, and hopefully you will enjoy it. Let's unwind together and get into some other people's business. Am I the a-hole for telling my husband he has ruined Christmas for me and that I won't be celebrating it ever again? That's... What could someone possibly do or say to make you feel that way? I don't know. Let's get into it. I, 20 female, and my husband, 21 male. Oh, they're babies. Anyway, have been together for 2 years. Yes, we got married super early into our relationship. Yeah, you did. But super early into your life. No, divorce is not an option. Okay. A lot has happened in these first two sentences. Backstory. The first year of our relationship, we didn't celebrate anything. Oh my God. It just keeps getting crazier and crazier. Not Halloween or Thanksgiving or Christmas or each other's birthdays. We agreed on that since neither of us were big holiday fans and didn't have good birthday experiences previously. Okay. I did not plan to make this many comments, but dude, right out the bat, it seems as though there is a lot of drama. No, I don't want to say drama, like trauma, compounded by the fact that you guys got married young and probably didn't have time to heal from your childhood trauma. Ooh, this is starting out. This is starting out good. This year, though, I wanted it to be different. We had a baby in January. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my soul. No divorce. Divorce is not an option. They have a baby. They have had rough childhoods and birthdays in the past to the point where they don't want to celebrate anything, and they're only 21 and 20. The drama hasn't even started yet. That's just their backstory. So I know that anyway, I won't voice my opinion. Well, I will say this, regardless of whether the person is the a-hole or not, they already, it seems like they have a lot of baggage in their life that's going to make any scenario difficult. Even, oh, well, I don't want to. Okay. This year, though, I wanted it to be different. We had a baby in January, so he is 10 months old now. I wanted him to have all the cutesy little firsts for holidays, and I also wanted to do some other things outside of that as well. So far this year, my husband has refused to do pretty much anything. Well, that seems pretty consistent with what you've done in the past. We didn't celebrate our anniversary. We didn't celebrate his birthday, his choice. We fought on my birthday, ruined the day for me. He didn't attend my family's Easter event. He didn't dress up for Halloween. Me and our son did. He did not go to Thanksgiving events, but I'm pretty sure that's just because his dad was in town for the week. I expressed this to him before Thanksgiving, that I wanted our son to experience Christmas. We talked a lot about it, and he agreed. I started buying gifts and decorations, which was really hard for me because I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I was finding little side gigs and stuff to earn extra money for it. I have some questions, but okay. I did all of that stuff on my own. Here's my biggest problem. About a week ago, I mentioned going and getting a real Christmas tree. I prefer real over the plastic. Okay, to each their own. He agrees. We pick a day to go and do it. The day before, we go into a huge fight. Totally ruined the vibe for me. We fought through the night and into the next day.
That's crazy!
Lord have mercy on these people. Oh my gosh. That's a long fight, okay? That's a long fight. I no longer wanted to go get a tree. Understandable. Maybe we could get that tree another day. That's totally normal, I think. He has been trying to backpedal and get me to go get a tree and celebrate Christmas and do all the fun stuff, but I'm done. I'm tired of having my holidays and events ruined because of him. I'm tired of it. I don't ever want to celebrate anything again. Okay, girl. We have been fighting nonstop about this. Nonstop. nonstop. And I'm not entirely sure how I'm supposed to get him to realize how much hurt this has caused me and how done I am. I've even al- I've even already told him that I won't be doing much for our son's birthday next month. Okay, so now it's affecting the son. Where do I go from here? How do I show him how big of a deal this was for me and that it's completely ruined now? Any advice is welcome. Edit. By the way, my husband previously agreed to celebrate holidays and events with me. This isn't something I just decided on my own as a whim. This is something we had previously talked about at length over a several day period. Update. Not sure if I'm doing this correctly. We went and got a tree today. There was a lot going on and a lot of emotions, but the baby was happy and he enjoyed the experience. About to start decorating. Thank you for the positive advice. And to the people who told me I need to get a divorce or that my marriage wouldn't last, F you. You were no help. I give them. Optimistically, she'll leave him in 5 years. Pessimistically, she'll stay for about 10 years until he either steps out on her or starts physically abusing her. That's my prediction. That's not what this video was originally going to be about, but I'm not an expert, but I have seen a lot in my life. And I have seen specifically relationships that started out like this several times. The first time you're like, well, maybe that was one off. The second time you're like, oh, I'm noticing a pattern here. The third time you're like, I have to start warning people when things start out like this. And from my perspective, not even a donkey falls into a pit twice.
You smart. You very smart.
She thinks it's resolved, and it is resolved for now until the next holiday. So this was posted 12 days ago. New Year's, he's going to do it again. If he can hold out for New Year's, whenever their next birthday or Valentine's Day is, he's going to do it again. Anyway, some of the comments. You say divorce is not an option? Given that you have to think about what you want the rest of your life to look like, you want your child to grow up celebrating holidays, then you are the one who has to make it happen. If he's willing to join in, great. If not, do it without him. I would say that there is some coercive control going on here. I mean, like I said, I know nothing about these people other than this post, and comparing it to friends of mine who have had similar situations, this is how it typically begins. This is how it begins, and it's usually always around holidays or celebrations that are not about that person. They like to make it about themselves by causing a scene or a fight, and the fight fuels them. She'll figure that out soon. He's actually fueled by the fighting. He enjoys it. Anywho, people in the comments tried to say things to her about that. I am putting all of the blame on him, but truthfully, she's coming into it with it seems like a lot of baggage and toxic behavior herself that needs to be dealt with. And if she deals with hers and he's still behaving this way, then she needs to leave. But it seems like she's already determined not to have a divorce no matter what. Once again, she is 20, and I was embarrassed by the idea of a divorce at 20. Oh, hun. Ruined Christmas is the least of your child's problems. You and your husband sound like you've made a cascade of bad decisions, and it is only going to get worse. I see very little hope for your child to ever learn what a healthy relationship can look like.
Dang.
ESH. Why in the world did you get married so soon and so young? Why did you compound that by having a baby? And why, pray tell, is divorce off the table? Thank you. Thank you. National pension, 110. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I was thinking. What in the world is going on? Now here's someone on the opposite side. Oh, first of all, I didn't say this. I think the husband is the asshole. But I'm basing that assumption off of my past experiences, not what she posted. If you were to go off based solely of what she's posting and saying and not read between the lines, she definitely is the asshole, because as this person said, so you agreed not to celebrate holidays but have now changed your mind and are throwing a fit because he didn't change his mind. That kind of makes you the asshole, and that's true. I agree. Did I miss something? What did you fight about that night before and all through the night? Getting the tree? It was never about the tree. It was never about the holidays. It's something deeper and more sinister going on here. And she says, her response, no, I literally don't even remember what it was about. Of course you don't. Of course you don't, because it was about confusion and control. Why did you back out of buying the tree over an argument you can't even remember now? What was the hurt that ruined the vibe? You're married now with a kid, but you're acting like a teenager. Don't let an argument ruin the whole holiday for you and your child. She is 20, so she quite literally was a teenager last year. And her response, it's the fact it has happened with every holiday. What did I tell you? There's a pattern here. It's the fact that it has happened with every holiday and event this year that ruined it for me. I mentioned it in another comment, but when we started an argument, my brain just told me this is going to be every holiday and event. I'm done. I give up. Her subconscious is telling her now that she is married to a narcissist. And there is typically a voice in the back of your head that tries to warn you, but it's hard. You've made this commitment, you have a child. It's embarrassing to be divorced. It's difficult to be a single mother, extremely psychologically, socially, financially difficult. That person's response was, I understand, but you can break the pattern. She can break the pattern, but her brain isn't fully developed yet. So it might be difficult for her to even recognize a pattern. Girl, run. She's not going to, but I think she should. Who am I? Just a girl in my room making videos. I don't have kids and I'm not married, so take that for what it is worth. Okay, well, this got a lot deeper than I thought it was going to get. Am I the asshole for returning my son's Christmas presents? Immediately no. Anyway, I'll proceed. Before I get into it, I know how harsh this is, but is it too much? Am I the a-hole? Today was a really bad day. We walked out to the car in the 15-degree weather to go to school, and the car wouldn't start. Okay, I'm already in a bad mood. It wasn't anything simple like the battery, out of gas, etc. I had to call a tow truck, and as a result, my son couldn't go to school. I would be so happy if I was a kid. The tow guy got there and said if I paid cash, it was half off. I know he's pocketing it, but your girl needs the discount. And I hear you loud and clear. These tow truck companies are expensive, man. It's not a joke. It is not a joke. They make good money, too. I Uber to the ATM and get the $180 for the driver. By the time I get home, he has texted saying, just let him know my car is done getting fixed and he'll meet me there for payment. Clearly my tears this morning helped with something. I go in and look for my iPad to pull my contracts and warranty for my 1-year-old car to see what's covered, and my iPad is missing. I am meticulous about where I keep things so it isn't lost. I asked my 13-year-old son, who acts offended I even asked. This has been an issue in the past, so I've taken screens, Wi-Fi is blocked at night, etc. Of course, he can play games on the iPad, though.
Yeah, I'm feeling the rage.
I think I've already come to a conclusion, but I will keep reading. I find out the car will be $2,900 and let the tow driver know it won't be ready for a couple of weeks so I can bring him the money. Instead, he kindly says he'll stop on his way home. As soon as he arrives, I reach in my purse in that bank envelope. Empty. I again apologize and paid by credit card, which was double. Yeah, I remember she was getting that discount for paying in cash. My son again denied it, making those ridiculous, why would I take your stupid money excuses. I flipped his room when he was in the shower, but I'm guessing he took it in the bathroom. I told him I would have to return Christmas presents to pay for the tow truck and my car repairs because I can't access my warranty on my missing iPad. I'm just at my wit's end. Am I the a-hole? I don't think so. Look, I smell something fishy and I think he is guilty. He stole your money, girl. He's ungrateful. I don't want to say spoiled because it doesn't even sound like he's spoiled. It sounds like there is just some behavioral issues that might need to be evaluated by a psychologist. I just jump to these crazy conclusions, don't I? But like I said, I've seen a lot in my life. Okay. I've seen a lot in my life. I recognize the pattern. First comment. You are not the a-hole. What did your son have to say about all his gifts getting returned? OP. He acted as though he didn't care at all. Red flag. If I've ever seen one. OP also mentions that he sneakily unplugged the cameras that they had in their house. Is there a boarding school? My son needs to get it. No, he would be in boarding school if I could afford it. Oh God, please, if I have kids, please do not let them behave like this.
Let's go into church, and we're gonna pray for these niggas. Have mercy, Jesus.
Not the a-hole. Woman, this is beyond outrageous. Your son is a thief, and if there is a man in your family, have him come over, and you two need to give him hell. He stole your iPad and all your money. Take his phone, cut off the Wi-Fi, ground him, take the presents back, make him do chores, ground him for a solid month. Tell him if this ever happens again, he's going to a detention hall to live. Yeah, that's how severe I am. That's how serious I am with this kind of stuff as well. And then OP says, no, man, I'm playing both parental roles. A response, still take the door off his room and take his phone. Tough love. Find a tough love parent group in your city and attend. Whoa, I didn't know they had those, but that's awesome. Be concerned with what he's buying with the funds. This was way different to what I expected. I was anticipating normal, quote unquote, teenage slacking or rudeness.
Me too, man.
In my opinion, if you want this kid to not wind up in prison later, you need to go hard now. I'm guessing if you threatened the police, he won't believe you. I'm sending that he has had threats that weren't followed through before. Call the police. Tell him you're going to. If you want to be very kind and forgiving, offer him the chance to put them somewhere whilst you're in your room. If you are really soft, you could say nothing further will be said. That's a huge amount of money for a 13-year-old to steal, and he stole from his mother when she was in need. As for the iPad, that's so expensive too. This may be your last chance to get him to straighten up and fly right. However, even then, I'd still take the presents back. He needs some doses of reality. That's all I got to say. Yes, and amen. OP responded, I wouldn't say I'm soft, but this is probably my best chance at getting my money back, which I need. My iPad Pro is essentially my work computer too. It's all I have. Oh, Lord. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, her son lacks empathy. Oh, my gosh. You know your mom makes money with that iPad? Not only did you take her money, people need cars to survive in the United States, which I'm assuming this is where OP lives. You took the money for her to pay for her tow truck, which is setting us back. Transportation-wise, this is setting us back. And now you took her iPad, which is how she pays the bills. So now you are affecting the roof over our head. And you don't care. I'm assuming you don't care. I mean, that's what she said. He acted like he didn't care. These bad children during the holidays, this is not the time to act up. You see all these presents under the tree for you, and now you want to act up? I'm shook. I'm so shook. But for some people, the drama and the disruption they cause is more rewarding than any physical gift they could get for the holidays, which is crazy to me, but it's the reality we live in. Know that not everybody thinks like you. Some people lack empathy. A lot of people lack empathy. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season. It seems like things start to get a little crazier than normal during this time of year. Thank you for joining me. I don't really know how to end this because this is my first time doing this, but